How's everybody doing? Okay, this is gonna be like a weird kind of video, but like not really, but yeah. So this is me at a pool party that I went to yesterday. I got quite a decent sunburn from it, which will hopefully turn into a suntan. Um, but this is a tutorial on something I like to call people watching. Um, I recommend people watching to anybody who has like nervousness around other people and stuff like that. If you don't like large groups, large crowds of people, um, people watching is something that you can do. That it's kind of like a thing you should practice to get yourself comfortable around large groups of people. Um, what you do when you people watch um, is that you remove any expectations, social expectations of yourself or perceived expectations of those around you. A lot of people, when they don't like being in large groups, is what they'll do is in their own head they will draw up like really ridiculous expectations or prejudgments. You'll have like questions in your head saying like, "Oh my God, what am I doing here? What does everyone think of me now?" And believe it or not, those questions, those I don't know what to call them, but yeah, whatever. Those kind of musings are it's very natural. In fact, when I first got to this pool party, I was just walking around very nervous because I came with nobody, and I was just like, oh my God, it's like all these like small groups over here. They're all just chatting and hanging out, and here I am, just like kind of like I don't know anybody, and I felt threatened. You really do. When you walk into a big group of people, and you're not with a group of your own, a small group of your own, you will feel threatened, and it's a very real thing. Um, People watching, what that does is it kind of calms the threat down. The threat's always going to be there, especially if you're by yourself in a small group, in a large group, and in many cases even small groups as well. In fact, I struggle with that a lot. In big groups like what you just saw at the pool party, I think it's going to cut to another clip where it's just clouds. But yeah, at a place like a pool party or a nightclub or a bar or whatever that you go there by yourself, you slowly begin to realize as you people watch, that no one really cares about you. That no one really, everyone's like, well, everyone's all tied up in their own affairs, and you're not important enough for them to recognize. Yeah. So anyways, how do people watch? How do you go about people watching without appearing to be like, some creepy weirdo? Because you're going to judge yourself as being one of those if you do this kind of thing. And it's like for a few minutes, for me it took maybe 20 or so minutes. I was like wrestling that in my head. I'm like, whoa, 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 what do these people think about me? Do they think I'm like some weirdo guy who's just like walking around? You know what I mean? But the more you don't want to like stare at people when you people watch. You don't want to stare. You don't want if you're a guy, heterosexual guy, you don't want to be checking out girls. And there was a lot of really, pretty women in bikinis there that were just walking right in front of me. And yeah, I did check them out a little bit, but just for a few seconds. Then my mind wandered to some other place. When you people watch, you always want to just watch just in front of you what's taking place. Don't stare at people. Don't don't gawk. Don't fixate on any one thing unless it's like an inanimate object. And in that case, that means you're pretty much meditating in public, which is another thing I really suggest. Which that will increase your mindfulness by a ton. In fact, it's something that I've recently stopped doing over the past year or so, and that has not given me really good results. Hopefully, I can get back on doing that, and I'll be, where I need to be again. But when you people watch, you really need to do. So let me recap. When you people watch, you really want to do the following three things. One, remove any expectations of yourself or others. Um, and if you want to do some approaching of people, you can, like talk to the staff. of wherever you're at, or if someone else is alone, you can walk up and talk to them. I did that at this pool party. I just walked up to some girl. She was just out there, people watching just like I was, and like I was like, "Hey, you people watching just like I am?" She's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Oh, that's cool," that kind of stuff. But don't have big expectations for yourself or others. Don't do that. Um, Also, just remain as calm as you possibly can. Uh, Keep in mind that no one's there to judge you. They're there just to hang out at a pool party like this. Everyone's just just swimming and drinking. That's pretty much all these people were doing. Just swimming, drinking, and eating. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing that was going on there. No one was judging me. Nothing like that. Okay? And the final thing, the most important thing in my opinion, is that you don't stare at any one person. You can stare at inanimate objects because they're not going to judge you back. But if you like stare at one person, or if you're like checking people out and like you're just like really fixating on them, that's not a good thing at all. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. This is another group of new videos I'm doing under my new channel name. I'm going to be doing a lot more tutorials and stuff like that. Things that help me that I believe would also help others. So, yeah. Okay. So this is Joseph telling you, learn to love it. Peace.